Good morning. Welcome. I'm just going to make sure I'm on here. And I am. So let's see. Hopefully while I'm moving this over or sharing with my group, you can give you a minute to find me and jump on. Boy, 9 o'clock kind of snuck up quick on me. So let's see. Share to group. So hopefully this will work. Yep. Doing good. I hope everyone's doing good this morning. Sun's out. We got some much needed rain. So, okay. If you're joining me, let me know that you're jumping on. Okay. I have this so you can see. Let's see. All right. So I'm just going to wait a couple minutes, or not a couple minutes, but I'm just going to kind of tell you what I'm using while we're waiting for people to jump on. Oh, I'm having my second cup of coffee and it really hits the spot. So, all right, what I'm working with today, as you can see, I got the apples on here. The Cheerful Basket bundle is what I'm working on, or working with today. It is on page 35. So I would like to welcome you today on Thursday. My name is Kelly A.G. I'm with Stampin' with Kelly. So I do a live either Wednesday or Thursday every week. And I also share on my YouTube channel. So if you're not a member of that, you can always join it. But, okay, so this is the stamp set, and this is the dies, and there is a lot of dies on here. So it's a really nice bundle for the price. I didn't use the little cat or the artsy stuff, or the butterfly. But I think it's really cute. And then the other thing that I had used, is the stylish shape dies, and then I used Hello Sunshine on the Sunny Splash set. So, okay, we will get started. I was just going to tell you that if you're joining, and I may repeat this at the end, but if you share my video and make sure you write shared in the comments, I'm going to do a drawing next week for the Sit, Stay, and Relax host set that I will give away. And even if you comment on my YouTube channel and you know, maybe even share it with your friends, I'll put you in a drawing too, but make sure you write in the comments there that you had shared it as well, okay? So either on Facebook or YouTube, but let me know if you did. Okay, and then I'll put your name in a drawing. So our first card is, oh gosh, I didn't even glue this down because I didn't stamp it yet, but I just may leave it blank. But it says, sending you some get well cheer. And then this one is, you fill my day with happiness. I didn't stamp that either. I don't know why I didn't finish that. And in this one, I almost didn't do this card, but this is a little fun fold. And I kept getting my measurements wrong on it. It wasn't getting it right. And I see I'm still overlapping a hair right there, but I'm just going to leave those measurements because it looks fine and it folds fine. And so it kind of folds like this and it sits up. It's really kind of cool. So you could leave it on your desk and it just looks like it's, I don't know, just like springing out kind of. So it's actually a cool card. So we're going to do this too, okay? So let me know if you're here. Say good morning. Sometimes I can't always see comments, but I'll read them after. I'm just going to continue on, and if you're here, let me know. And if you got questions, let me know, please. Okay, so our first card we are going to do is this one. Let me just set these over here. Okay, I'm going to, oh gosh, I got my, let me turn that off. There, get that out of the way so I can work. You fill my day with happiness. And I bet I put my one ink away. You know what? I need to just grab one of my inks, my Parakeet Party. Hold on. I was getting ready this morning and kind of knew I was going to put all my inks away and I would need one. Just going to grab it real quick. I've been kind of creating for my class and I've been kind of putting everything away. Sorry. Okay. Oh, good morning, Nina. How you doing? Okay. And then I will show you my cards for my class later. I'm going to do that after. But if you are one of my customers or you'd like to be my customer, the mini catalog and the celebration catalogs are ready and I'm going to be mailing them out this week. Okay? So if you want one, contact me. All right. I have a lot of little pieces here. And I had cut a lot of this out before time because otherwise I'd be cutting forever doing 3 cards. All right. So what I have is the Real Red card base, which is 5.5 by 8.5. And I scored it at 4 1/4. I'm going to use my bone folder to give it a good crease. And then I got a piece of white. Let's see. That's for the inside. So this is the Parakeet Party, which is 3 3/4 by 5. And then I did a piece of the basic white, which is, let's see, 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. I didn't write measurements down on this one, so I have to remember. And then I got a strip of, this is the Regal's designer paper. So this is 1 inch by your 4 7/8. Okay. I had already cut the basket out, but I'm going to stamp it anyways and just show you. They have like a little napkin or tablecloth, whatever you want to call it, like just a little chunk of it. It is so cute. So I cut that out because even though I got one here inside the basket, this kind of looked plain. So I stuck one kind of like the basket was sitting on it. Okay. And then these pieces, well, I'll stamp the basket, and these 3 pieces come with this. And you don't have to put them on your basket, but I just thought it kind of adds to it. I did on one and not the other, so. And I forgot to grab tape. I was going to grab some tape, but I'm going to go ahead and layer this. We'll start with this, get it layered on. And I embossed my white in the subtles folder, which I know is retired, but I just cannot give that one up because it gives it just enough texture without too much. Kind of one of my favorites. Now I use a lot of the Regal's paper with my last class and with this because of the Real Red. But we also have in our new mini book, and I got to pre-order it. Let me just put this on. I think I need to change my cutting blade. Okay, but we can order. Let me get all this. This is a wonderful pack of paper. This is called the Gingham Cottage paper, but it has it's kind of expensive, but it has tons of paper in here. And I can't remember how much it was, but it's got the basic gray, the black, the blushing bride, calypso coral, garden green, mint macaron, pumpkin pie, real red, smoky slate, so saffron, and white. But there's just like a lot of the gingham, and you can't really see it. But one side's, let me take this one out. Now this would be perfect for Halloween, but like when the paper I'm using is the real red and white. But isn't that cool? I mean, you could almost use this for anything. So you can take in, you know, you'll be able to get that. If you're a demo, you can pre-order it. And if you are not, you'll be able to start ordering it on July 1st, I believe it is. But, so I am using that for the third card, and I don't even know, maybe the second card now. But, okay. So what I did with this is, I'm just going to stamp it once. I'm not going to sit there and stamp it, but I use crumb cake just to kind of show you how it stamps really, really nice. Okay, so I did that. And then I just took, and you can cut it out. You got the, what I did is I used this framelit. Now this is really cool. This is a little handle, and you almost have to cover it up because it doesn't match, or mine didn't match exactly. I guess you could move it over and make it match, but I took and covered mine up, and then I cut out another piece just for the handle in the real red, and then I just cut it and added it on. But I guess, I don't know, mine seemed like it was over some, but on here it almost shows like it matches, but I'm not sure. I guess you would just move it over enough. So I cut that out, and then I used these three. So I used all that for the crumb cake, okay? And then the little apples are so cute. You get two, which I wish they would have gave us three. So you can cut two of them out at a time. And same with the little leaves. They got these little like stems and leaves. You can cut two of them out at once. So that helps. And then I did stamp, let's see. And I'm probably not going to do that because that's pretty easy. But I did stamp this on my Whisper White, and I colored it in with Old Olive. And this is supposed to be the dark real red. This does not look dark, but I thought, you know what, it's okay. It'll just be fine how it is. So that's what I did with that. And then there's actually a die to cut that out as well. Let's see, I think this is the heart. So this is the apple one, I believe. So, okay, but it's nice because it cuts all that out and you don't have to be doing it. So let's put together the basket. So you got these three little things. So they're pretty easy to figure out, unlike some of our stuff, right? So I'm just going to add glue to all three of these. We have been working outside like crazy. It's been nice and trying to get things done. So that just fits right in there. And then I cut out this little napkin thing. So I'm going to put this on. See, this is from that Regal's paper too, which is nice. Thought about using the polka dot side, but I thought, well, okay, so we're just going to kind of layer all of this. And then I'm going to go ahead and see how I cut the handle out of red and crumb cake. So I'm just going to snip this off and add my red on there. So let me get these out of the way here. I'm going to add that on right here. Hopefully you guys can see this. I'm kind of laughing. I don't know if that's my computer making that noise, but I said to my husband, my neighbor's supposed to come and get some of the wood because we cut down a couple trees, and I said, I'm sure he'll be here when I start my Facebook Live, right? Never fails. So I'm just going to add just a little glue. Now you could use the adhesive sheets for this, but I'm not sure. Okay, so it kind of acts like it wants to hook on. There's a little spot, like as if it would hook on there. Okay, so what I did now is I'm going to take and glue this on. Or you know what, I'm going to wait because I want to see how that goes, or where I want to put it. There's lots of little leaves there. But what I did is I kind of wanted to round this a little bit. So I just kind of took my bone folder and I'm just putting, just to kind of soften it, so it looks like a basket. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just put my dimensionals right in the middle to pop it up. And then I'll be able to slip this little green tablecloth or whatever, napkin underneath there, because I'm only adding these right towards the middle. Okay. So I'm just going to put that right about, I want to save enough room for my sentiment. So I'm going to just do that right there. And see, it kind of keeps it rounded a little bit. And then I'm going to do the same with my apples. So they kind of look like they're bunching out a little bit. Sometimes you can add things like, where you can add like, dimensional on one side and then a glue dot on the other to make it kind of look like it's on an angle. Okay, see how nice that looks? I think it looks nice. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I can kind of add that piece in there. I'm just going to add a little glue to it and just kind of tuck it under there. And it kind of breaks up the red line because I didn't really add anything there. There. Okay, so here comes this fun part. I think it's fun. Okay, we're going to stick these leaves. That's not the fun part. The fun part of those little stems on there. So I'm just going to kind of add this in here. And what it does is just gives it like a little more color. Or so this is the parakeet party. I want to keep saying lime green or whatever green we had before, but okay, so I'm just kind of pushing that in there to fill that in. And I colored the apples, those leaves with the old olive, and then when you got the lighter green in there, it gives it some contrast. All right, I got a lot of glue on here, so what I'm going to do is just add a little glue to the stem, and I'm just going to take it right off there. Oops. Let me get my apple the right way. It's kind of funny, these apples have like a little, they look like they got a little mark in them on this side. Okay, I'm missing an apple here. So I'm just taking a little bit of glue from here and adding just to my stems because I kind of got a lot of glue on this leaf. And that's like the easiest way to do it. You could use your fine tip glue and just add a little bit on there. Sometimes I'll take and put a little glue like on my one mat, my silicone mat, and then just kind of dab in there. There, look at, we got them all done now. And I'm going to just stick this right in there. Kind of balances it out, okay? So let me just put this on here, and what I'm going to do is stamp my, before I add the apples, I'm going to just stamp my sentiment. So let's find the color I need here, and let's see. I usually use my mat, but I think I'll be okay. That stamped nice. So I'm thinking what I could stamp in the middle or the inside. And I just fussy cut this out. Sometimes you have to go to a different set or just leave it blank to write a little note. That's what I mostly like to do, but if I can stamp like an apple or something in there, I do. Or we have some hearts. It's just like you almost want to stamp the basket though. So let me see what I can come up with here. I wasn't going to do the apples because then I'll have to color them in, but not that that's a big deal. And if you don't want to fussy cut this, I would use one of the stylish, the frames, because it makes it real easy. Sometimes I wish they made the framelits to go to cut these out. But that's okay. There, that didn't take too long. So let's see here with the stamp set. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just do this butterfly. And then you can save it and use it for whatever you want. I think that cat is cute too. Just really like that cat. All right, and then if you wanted to do some apples or something on the bottom, you could do that. But I think I'm just going to do this butterfly, and I need black for that. There. And you could do a couple if you wanted to. But you know what? I'm just going to use my real red. And we'll just lightly color it in because it's so light it almost looks pink. There, simple. Nothing fancy, right? So we'll put that inside, and then I'll do my, get my sentiment on. By that third card that I'm going to do today was kind of a bugger until I got my measurements right. I kept getting off by just a little bit, and it's like, the third time was a charm, though I got it right. So, okay, yeah, I think that looks nice. And you can write whatever you want. So we'll pop up the sentiment on the front. I can't see what you guys are doing. My I always get this like crazy virus wear thing on here saying that it's someone's trying to scam me while I'm doing my video. It's like so okay, I'm going to put that right there, and that kind of covers that line too. Okay, and then we will take in, I'm just going to add a little glue on this one. I just glued it. Look at, I got an apple stuck to me. This one I popped up just on the bottom, okay? So, on my last card, I actually cut out a few extra because by that time I start losing things. Okay, so we will do this. And you know what? I think I'm just going to glue this because I got a little bit higher up. So I just want to kind of glue the top. And it'll be just on that basket just fine. And then maybe I'll pop, oh jeez. I must have a little glue on my finger. I think I do. Okay. And then we will, let's see. I'm going to take and glue one down. And then I will pop the other one up on this one. Let's see. there. I kind of got it like it's with the leaf up. Isn't it cute? I thought it was really cute. I like this card. And then if you wanted to add a little bling to it, but you know what? I really don't even think that it needs it, but you could. We got the red rhinestones that you could add to it. I don't think I have them. But you could even add the regular rhinestones and color them in with the real red, whatever you want to do. So, okay, so that is card number 1. So we will do card number 2 is pretty easy. And this is where I use the stylish frames on that one to cut out the little squares. Looks like lots of pieces, doesn't it? Now, I'm not sure I cut out extras on these, so I gotta make sure I got everything in here. All right, so these I did write down my measurements. So, and it's kind of basically the same. It's not too majorly different. Okay, so I start with my basic, or my real red, the 5.5 by 8.5. And it opens up this way, which I didn't do the center as well. So I got white on white. So this is where this is 3 3/4 by 5, and then my layer is 3 5/8 by 4 and 7/8. So 3 5/8 by 4 and 7/8. Okay, so that will be on there. I got a piece of real red that is, this is the 2 inches by 4.5, and then I have a piece of this paper. So this is kind of cool, but I like this side instead of the Regals. I was running out of that, so I just used this from that big pack. And this is 1 7/8 by 4 3/8. And then I had cut out from the stylish framelits the smallest little square. Okay, and then I cut out some white little squares to go inside, and this is 7/8 by 7/8. Okay, so those fit right on top there. And then I got my little apple. This is a really simple card, but it's cute. It's very cute. So, okay, so we'll go ahead and just start layering all of this. And basically the only thing you're stamping is sending you some get well cheer. That is it. The rest is all cutouts and easy peasy. In this piece, I did the same thing in the subtles folder. So white on white. I like it to look like it's framed. I don't know. It just looks finished. Especially when you emboss the top one. If you don't emboss it, then really there's probably no use adding the white, but I just love the little cutout apples. They are so cute. Okay, so we will add this. But see how this is red and white instead of like the black and orange? So maybe for Christmas. I have to see. I got my pre-order, but I didn't I know. By the time you think you don't like something, you see somebody do something with it, and you're just like, oh, I gotta have that. I wasn't sure. This was on my second order. I didn't order it right away either, because I wasn't sure between this and the potted geraniums, and I ended up getting both. I just really, really liked them. So, all right, so I'm just going to add my 3 squares, my white, because I'm not stamping anything. I'm just going to add them. And I'll show you, well, this is what I do. I don't know if there's a better way of doing it, to add these on so they're sort of even. Maybe there's a line I can follow, but just to get them spaced out evenly. So I don't know if anyone's got animals, but boy, I'll tell you what. Well, of course, we've been, like I said, cutting trees down and stuff, but the ticks are horrible this year. Okay, so I'm going to go with this line, I think, because there'll be a line up there. This is actually easier to use than this one, but I'm just going to kind of go on that line. I'm going to do the first one and the third one, and then you can kind of space out your center one. So I'll go about... Sometimes it's good to lay them down so you know you leave enough room. But if you get where you can kind of judge it, then... And if you use glue, oh, I don't got this one on straight. If you use glue, then you can kind of have a little time to move them around. And if they're not just perfect, that's fine too. Okay, so here we go with the apple and the stems. So I'm going to go ahead and glue. I'm just going to glue these down. Like that. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to add a little glue right here on a scrap piece of paper. And then I can pick up these leaves. And I got my pick too as well. But I'm just going to put a little bit right on where that stem is, because that's about the only thing that I want to be holding that on there. I mean, you could do the whole leaf, I guess. But these I'm going to be popping up. So I don't really want to be putting glue on the whole thing. So matter of fact, I'm just going to go ahead and pop these up now and put them on there, and then I'll add my little stem. And I should be using a small dimensional, but it does work with the big. Now you don't have to pop these up because we have a lot of layers, but if you want to, I think it looks nice. But it's not necessary. I went to mail a graduation card because with the price of gas, we're not going to drive down for an hour or two and then drive back up 3 hours. We'd be 6 hours on the road to go to a party for 2 hours. But I sent a card and it had a little bling on it. Not much. It cost me 20 cents more to mail it. And I thought, okay. So it's nice to add all the layers, but if you don't want to, you don't have to. See how easy that is to put on when you just do a little glue on the side like that. Cute, 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 cute. These little leaves, I don't know if you can see, but they actually have some like embossing, so they look like a real leaf. Like they're in, with the indentation. Really, really cool. And this is another one that you could possibly add a little bling, but I thought I was going to add this little ribbon just on the end. And this is, I don't even know if this is from the new catalog or what catalog it's even from, but it's the Real Red, I think it's a mini ruffle ribbon, but I like it because it's not real thick and it ties bows nice and knots. So I'm going to add that on just for a little something. But here again, if you wanted to add some rhinestones or the red rhinestones, you could. Okay, so I have one apple left, and guess where I'm going to put it? I'm going to put it right inside. So let's put it right on the bottom, and then you can write a nice note. Just enough glue. I'm going to set this over here. Oh, I got a little bit on. Okay, so we will stamp. The sentiment I stamped in Real Red on the Parakeet Party. Did I, you know what? On this one, this card here, I'm going to get sidetracked. I forgot to add my little twine. And I think it's necessary. I think it's so cute. So let me do that because I was wondering where that twine went. I thought, that was still on card number 1. So we're going to add that now. I'm just going to put it right there. And you know, with your twine, if it curls a lot, take your bone folder and just pull it straight, even before you tie it, and then it'll be nicer. There. Okay? I think that looks better. All right. So back to card number 2. So real red on the parakeet party. Gosh, my blade is really like bad. And hopefully I can get that on there just fine. There. Perfect. It stamps really nice. Okay. So let me add this into the inside. And then we'll add our saying. Simple card, but just nice. It's like cheerful. There. Now I'll have to do that on the inside. Look at, I even got an extra sheet in case I mess up. So what I did here is cut this on a slight angle and left this side straight. And I just added a little glue to the bottom. I don't really want to pop this up. I don't know why, it just looked nice, but I think there. Okay. Cute, cute, cute. What do you think? I mean, I think it's cute. Let me know if you like it. I'll take hearts, likes, whatever. Okay. So that is card number 2. Which designer paper do you like better? You know, I almost I don't know if I like this one better. It kind of shows off the apples a little bit more. What do you guys think? Do you like the original or the second one? You can let me know, the first or the second. So, but they're both cute. Okay, so that's that card. Now this is this card. I don't know what kind of fold you call it, but it is nice. And the things that you're going to want to remember with this is when you stamp, you're going to want to stamp this down a tad so it doesn't show up here, okay? So that's the one thing. Oops, stuck my finger in the glue. So we will get started on this one, and I can put down the measurements after if you want, because it's a lot to remember. And I'm going to do this real quick, the sunshine thing. Do I got that out? Oh, let's see. This came in the one with the bathing suits, okay? The Sunny Splash. And it says, hello, sunshine. So I'm going to stamp this. I just kind of wanted to show you how I did this because I didn't want the thing too long. So I stamped it on the parakeet party in the real red. Okay. So we'll get that out of the way. But I'm going to grab this die. And I've showed you guys this before, but sometimes, you know, we forget, all of us. So this was the little square that I used for the second card, okay? That was the smallest. But what I did is I ran this through the Big Shot like this, okay? And it'll cut it out. And then you got this extra here that you don't want. So then what I do is I line it up like this. I put it right back in here. And you try to line it up and run it through again, and then it cuts it. So you'll have this side cut, and it cuts this side shorter, okay? So you get that. And you got to just be careful to line it up. I mean, sometimes it's a little bit harder, but it's not that hard, and it doesn't take long to do, okay? So that is that. And I'll show you here. Get all my little pieces. Okay, I need to set this aside here so I don't lose anything. Okay, I'm going to go through the pieces to start with, and then we'll go back over them, okay? Let me just get this out of the way here. So don't forget, if you share my video, or, you know, here or YouTube, just let me know that you shared, and I'll put your name in a drawing for next week, okay? But first of all, we have the Real Red is 4 1/8 by 9 1/2. And we will score it at 1, 2, and then 7 1/2 and 8 1/2. And then I'll show you how to do that. I didn't score that yet. And then we have 2 pieces that, this is the piece that makes your card kind of swing out, okay? So this is the 2 1/2 by 3. And so on your 2 1/2 side, you score at 3/4, and then 1 3/4. Or you can just, it's 3/4 on each end, okay? So you need 2 of them. This middle piece is your Real Red. You have 2 3/4 by 3 5/8, okay? So 2 3/4 by 3 5/8. Then your designer paper of your choice, you can do 2 1/2 by 3 3/8. So you will need 2 of them. Oh gosh, I hope, oh, I got my whites. I was going to say shoot. But, okay. So this is for the front panels, okay? You can see the front panels are smaller. So this is 2 1/4 by 3 1/8, and you need 2 of them. And then the white is 2 by 2 7/8, and I ran this through the Subtles folder as well. Okay, so you got all of that. And then your inside is 4 by 5 3/8. And if you don't want to write on the inside, which I think there's enough room to write a little note, you can always add another sheet of white on the back, which would be the same. And then you could write your note on there, and it wouldn't mess up the card at all, okay? So let's get going with this. I'm going to start with this first. So this is 4 1/8 by 9 1/2. So you will cut, or not cut, I'm sorry, score at 1 inch. I'm doing it this way because it's easier. And then I just flip it around and go to 2 inches. But I'll show you this one. We'll do this one. So we're going to go 1 inch. See, it's a little harder to hang on to, so that's why I do it on the other side. But 1 inch and then 2 inches. And then you're going to go make, this will be my top. So you're going to have it at 1 inch. I have it 1 inch over on this side. Okay. And you're just going to go to the first score line 1 inch down. I don't know if you can see that. I'll show you here in a second. Oops. Okay, I'm not scoring it far enough. Did I do that one? Okay, I think that should be good. So you have 1 inch, 2 inches, 7 1/2, 8 1/2, and then I turned it and I scored at 1 inch, okay, just to the first mark. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll crease these or varnish them, whatever you want to call it. So the 2 inch one will go in and then do the last panel out, okay? So you got that, and what you're going to do is cut these on the score line to that first mark only, okay, on both sides. So you have this tab. So now you're going to go to your 2 inch mark and just do it on an angle to that mark, okay? Now this card will cost you more to mail, but that, or you can give it, you know, with a little, like in person or whatever, okay? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and, because you want these to be nice and like tight, so they bend down good or fold good. So I'm just going to kind of crease them again. Okay, so your card will look like this. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so now we got our pieces that are going to make the extra panel to bounce out. So this is your 2.5 by 3. So 2.5 by 3, and you scored it 3/4 and 1 3/4. So one is going to be, they're going to be like kind of the opposite. So one will be like a backwards Z, however you want to look at it. So this piece will go this way, okay? So let me see the other. Then you do it the opposite. So I guess one will look like a Z and one will look like a backwards Z, or however. Mine look the same. So let's see. The main thing is just so you get them so they're like bouncing when you fold them. Let me have this. So when you fold it and you glue it on here, that it swings out this way, okay? And this one will do the same thing. So you just want make sure your top folds are going out, okay? So let's go ahead and glue these on. What you're going to do is put glue here because this is a shorter piece than putting it there. And you don't want to do like so much that it's squirting all over. You want to do enough, but not so it squirts anywhere, like out into the center part, or it won't work because you'll be gluing it. So you're going to go right to the edge with that bottom part only. Make sure you're nice and even, okay? Make sure you're even top and the sides. So, and I just kind of press on that a little bit, okay? So if you had too much glue, it would be squirting out here and you would have nothing but a mess, okay? But see how that is? And you have a little bit up here showing, but that's going to be covered. Okay, so we're going to do the same here. That's going to bounce out like that, okay? So we're going to glue it right onto here, and it'll bounce out. So I guess if you just remember that, and you can watch the video again, just trying to make sure. And I find it if I fold it all, that it's easier to make sure I have it to the end. So you want to make sure you got it to the bottom and to the edge of the paper, okay? And it's only the bottom one that you're gluing down. So we have this, all right? And you're going to want to crease these two as you kind of go along. At least I find it easier because you want it to kind of, okay? So it will open, when you put your panels, it'll open up like an accordion almost, okay? All right, so let's get our panels on here. There's a couple tricks to this, but not bad, okay? So we'll glue these on. The real red panels are, the middle panel, let's see, is 2 3/4 by 3 5/8, and then you got your designer paper, which is 2.5 by 3 3/8. So I'm going to put both of these on. Sometimes I like to just have it 1/8 of an inch, you know, smaller, but on this card it's not quite so technical. So what you're going to do is, you see this part that you got that you glued on here, this is going to be put right there. So now you're only going to want to put glue here because you don't know how far to judge it, and it's easier. And this is another thing, do not use too much glue. Ask me how I know. Okay, so we will tuck that right in there. Oops, 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 oops. Make sure it's on the bottom and kind of tucked in there good. Okay, I gotta move mine up a tad. Okay. Okay, and so then you get your second layer, okay? So then we'll do this side. So we'll put the glue right here where we added that. And then this piece will be tucked right in there. Main thing is really check the bottom, I guess. And then when you fold it, you can kind of tell if it's tight in there. Okay. So that part isn't too bad. Yeah, last night when I did it, I had glue all over here, and oh goodness, I had a mess. So that's how this is going, okay? So I keep having trouble with this overlapping just a hair, but it opens nice and it looks fine, so I'm not going to worry about it. I was trying to really get it, but every time I keep cutting, I was making it too short, and so I guess it's better if it just barely kind of overlaps a little. And if it doesn't, then that's good too. But all right, so I got my little pieces of the front for the red. And this is 2 1/4 by 3 1/8. And then my white was 2 by 2 7/8. And I ran them through as well. Okay, so we'll put them on. Ran them through the embossing folder. So my other set that I got for Christmas was the gnome set. I cannot wait to play with it. The paper is really, really cool. So, okay. So I'm going to add the stuff to the front. Let me see how I got that. I think I can add that now. I got a little tablecloth thing. Or napkin. I keep calling it a tablecloth napkin. I wasn't sure how to do the apple thing. I wasn't sure, like I didn't want to put the barrel on the front because I thought it would have been too big. But, you know, I think either way it would have worked. Okay, I'm just going to add some leaves here. Oops, I got way too much glue on there. So I'm going to take a little bit and I just thought them hanging down kind of looked like an apple tree a little bit. I don't know if it does or not, but this one, let's see, I'll put here, I guess the way I have it. Okay, see how I did, remember how long that was? And I took and I added, or I moved this over to cut it to shorten it. So that makes a big difference because that would have been way too long for here. Okay, so what I did with this is I thought this was kind of cool, is on that paper, that designer paper, I stamped the hearts on there. So I have the basket. Okay, so let me just show you. If I have a piece here, I thought I did. So I just stamped that on that designer paper. Oh, goodness, do I not have a piece? Oh, I do here. I cut my apples out with that. Okay, I got a piece of this. I did stamp my hearts. Let's move that up. In the Memento ink. And then I used the die to cut it out. Okay. And then I used the die to cut the apples out of here. And it's really kind of cool. So if you didn't want to use real red, you could use that. Okay. And then that's what I got my little hearts from. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to do my apples. Getting kind of sidetracked here. See how many of these I lose. I'm going to get my little scrap piece of paper here with my glue. And then I can put these on. So yeah, I think these turned out really cute. I'm just going to do my apples and everything. Oh, I'm just going to randomly put them on here. I got this one there. And I have an extra one. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to, oh, I got 2 extras. Let's see, I didn't put one in there. Good, I got 2 extras. So I'm going to add another one here. I grabbed some more glue because I'm using it all on my apples. I don't know why I'm doing that, but so I actually cut out a few extra. Felt like this was just kind of, I don't know. We'll see. All right, so this is going to be for that. I'm just going to move this out of the side here and finish these little pieces. And then I'm going to show you how to put these front on because there's a little trick to these too. In the placement of the card. So, man, I have glue on my fingers and I wonder why, right? Aren't these stems just adorable? Man, we went to a farm up here to look for strawberries, and last year my neighbor got some strawberries from them and they were delicious, but we were there too early yet because they're saying June 20th here. But anyways, oh my god, their asparagus was $3.99 a pound, so I can't imagine how much the strawberries are going to cost. But I thought, well, we'll see. I'm going to add this on after. But I'm going to show you how to add these 2 fronts on, and I'm going to do some twine up there. But what you're going to do is put glue on this piece, okay? But when you put this on, you see how this lays so that you'll have glue here, but you're going to line this up to the edge. So there's no way you could put glue here and be perfectly lined up. So you're just going to want to do a little glue here. And I'm using glue because it gives me wiggle room, and you know, I like the glue. So I just close this up and then line up my to the edge in the bottom, okay? And just press down. Good. All right. So it kind of ends up, see, I did get a little glue there, I think, but it'll be fine, or when I moved it. Okay, so if I have to, I'll put a little cornstarch on there once again. But so you're just going to put glue on this outer piece, the very top piece of your card. Kind of fold it down and hold it. And then your piece will go to the bottom and to the edge. And yeah, you don't want to try to move it too much. So, okay. So that's how you get your little kind of bouncing out part. So cute, cute. I think that's cute. Oh my gosh. Yeah. See, on this one I got, it does overlap just a hair. So I don't know if you need to cut this just barely 1/8 of an inch shorter, but I don't know. I hate to do that because the card's laying right. Okay. So on the inside, I stamped, you fill my day, let's see, with happiness. So this card could be really kind of any kind of card, I guess. And like I said, you don't want to go, and I'm just using the Memento ink. You don't want to go too high. And you can even do it down here if you wanted to, and then put your basket up. But I'm going to do it about, probably like about 1 inch down, okay? Inch from the top. There. And that should be about right. And if you're like my basket won't fit here. So I might have to do it here. Maybe I went down a little too far. Oh, I probably did. Okay, you know what? Let's do this over. Let's flip the paper over. Oh, I got something in there. And I'm going to change this up. So maybe go 3/4 of an inch down, about there. I think you should be okay. Well, you know what? I'm going to still do it up here. I think we'll be fine. Definitely go a little less than an inch. Depends on what you're putting on the inside too. If you're just putting something towards the bottom, it doesn't matter. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and add my hearts first. This way I can kind of judge where I want them. I'm just going to kind of go right there. Isn't it cute though how that turned out with on that paper? Now I definitely would not pop this up so your card lays right, but that's perfect. That's good. And like I said, you could, if you want to, just do that, or you know, leave it blank, whatever. Okay, so now you gotta kind of open this all up, and I just kind of gently fold it so I can get in here. It's a pretty tight fit, so that middle piece is 4 by 5 3/8. Okay, so that's all I did there. Oops, fold you in. Okay, my Hello Sunshine. And now you got to remember, because this will barely fit in your envelope. This is, I believe this is, maybe it's 5 1/4, because that's 5 3/8. So no, it must be 5 1/2. But you don't want to put too much hanging over. So I'm going to, it's better to hang over it that way. Okay, so I'm going to put dimensionals right there. I did want to pop that up. I like it better with the 2 apples on this side. Kind of felt like it was missing something. Okay. So we're just going to take that off. Hopefully I don't got this one too low. If I do, it's going on an angle. Yep. Going on an angle. Okay, I think that should be good. And I got an extra apple here. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm going to tie my bow with the twine, because I think it needed something. So yeah, sometimes you get those little ends, so just pull it straight. They'll make it easier to tie. We're supposed to have the kids coming up this weekend, so I'm looking forward to that. Okay, so tied this with their twine, and I'm just going to add it with a glue dot. I think this card, I love it with the apples, but like, I didn't get the set with the butterflies. I got the paper. I love the paper, but I'm thinking it'd be really cute with that too, with those butterflies, especially like for a kid's birthday. Now maybe a little bling on this, but I don't think I'd put much, but I kind of like it better with the extra apple, especially on this side. So it's Hello Sunshine, you fill my day with happiness. And then you could also put a couple apples here if you want. But I like how that turned out. So hopefully you guys do too. You know, they're just kind of bright and cheerful cards, I think. But let's see here. What did I just do with my cards? I was going to show you guys. Oh, here they are. My cards for my class to go. And you know, guys, I think I messed up on the PayPal link. So if you have a hard time, or it's not allowing you to, if you want to get the class to go, to order it, let me know, because I think I did an invoice instead of the other. But here's my cards for the potted geraniums. I think they're adorable. This is a little fun fold too, okay? So you will be making 2 each of these, and then you get product with it. And then my bottled happiness, I just love these cards. I love these 2 colors together, the blackberry bliss and the fresh freesia. Love them. So, and then we're using the Regals paper with that. That's why I don't have much left. But so, and you get product with this. So both classes are available. If you want to order both of them, and you can add on the bundle, but everything will be shipped to you. You can save on shipping if you order both classes together. Okay, so if you need information on that, let me know. But Monday is the last day to sign up for either one of these classes. Okay, and I think that was about it, unless you want a new catalog. If you need any product, please let me know, or have any questions about these cards, let me know, okay? And don't forget, let me know if you shared or whatever, and we'll do a drawing, okay? Next week. Thank you. And I hope to be here next Wednesday. So thanks. Thanks for joining me today. Bye.